there, this is video number 33 on annuities, and we are practicing solving for S. In other words, how much do we have in total? And you know what? I like to start out with, if there was no interest, how much would they actually make? It kind of gets me in there. I don't know. It makes me happy. So, Bella is going to invest $1,000 at the end of every year for 5 years. And the savings account, 10%, and it's compounded annually. Okay, so I don't know if I should call it estimate, but I'm going to. 5 years times $1,000. Well, we already knew that, but I'm going to write it somewhere. So it should be over $5,000. So S-R-I-N. So my N is 5 years times 1 because it's annually, so that's 5. My interest rate is 10% divided by 100 divided by 1, 0.1, and the regular savings is $1,000. S is what we are looking for. And I'm going to fess up that I still haven't got the formula memorized because I don't want to mess it up. It's here in my pile. There we go. S is equal to R bracket 1 plus I n minus 1 over I. A lot of people lose that I on the bottom. Don't do that. Make sure I got that right. There we go. Here we go. S. So $1,000. 1 plus 0. Oopsie. Lost my decimal there. To the n, so that's 5 minus 1 over 0.1. S is equal to 1,000. 1.1 to the 5th minus 1. 1. All right, here's the calculator. 1.1 to the 5th power. 1.61051 minus 1 over 0.1. 1,000. Let's do that subtraction. 0.61051. 0.1. Now remember, we can do this all at once. So we're going to go get our calculator. We're going to go times 1,000 and divide by 0.1 all at once. So S is going to be $6,105 and 1. Don't forget, that looks weird because we're talking about money. There. Now, I am going to ignore this for now. Just calculate the rate of return. I'm going to, no, let's do it. Okay, so ROI, just haven't done one on an annuity before, is going to be interest over investment times 100. Okay, so return on it. How much interest did we get? Well, I guess this becomes handy. Actually, she invested $5,000, right? Because it was $1,000 a year for 5 years. Minus 5,000. And that's going to give me $1,105.10 out of 5,000 times 100. Looks like it's just not there. Now I'm going to divide that by 5,000. Multiply by 100. All right. So there we go. 22% return on investment. Rita invested $200 at the end of every month for 20 years into RSP. Assume the interest rate was constant at 6%, compounded monthly over the entire term. What was the accumulated value of the investment at the end? Okay, so $200, 20 years, 6% compounded monthly. 200, 12 times a year, times 20. Oh, I'll take that right where I'm going to put my calculator. Can I move it? So there, that works. We're not glaring. 200 times 12 times 20, 48,000. Yeah. Put a big old E on top of that for my estimate. You don't have to do that, but it makes me happy. Okay, so again, if Rita just put those in a cookie jar in the kitchen or in her sock drawer, that's how much she would have in 20 years. Let's see what the math says, because she's putting it in an annuity. So my N, 20 years, and it's monthly, so times, oops, years times 12 is going to give me 240 payments. And her interest is 6% divided by 100 divided by 12. There. 6 divided by 100 divided by 12. 0.005. And it was $200 a month. I don't know how much that was saving. Whoops, over at formula first. S is equal to $200. That's what you put in every month. 1 plus 0.05, 240 payments. So I mean, the answer's there, but it's going to be a big amount. Minus 1, 0.05. 200, 1.05 to the 240 minus 1, 0.05, 200, 1.05, power 240. No, that can't be right. Let me try that again. 1.05, 240. Really? That just seems crazy. No. Something is wonky with my calculator. I'll try 5. Okay, clear. 5 squared. Okay. $1.05 to the power 240. Something is very wrong. Hold on. I need another calculator. No. Okay. One on this computer. I'm sorry, that just seems way too weird. I'm on my big calculator now. 1.05. power of, let's start over. I'm sorry. 1.05 power of 2. That just, okay, something is wrong. Oh, I think I know what it is. 20 times 12 right? So I'm going to pause the video. I'm hoping I can restart it, but if not, I'll make a new one. Okay, so I'm hoping this is started again, and I figured it out. Okay, so this is what was going on and was freaking me out. 1.05 to the 240, and I was getting like 121,000. And that's just ridiculous because we've got to do a whole bunch more math. Now, if you're paying attention, I said, there's one thing that I screw up quite often when I'm doing this. You know what it is? I bet you already saw it. There's 2 zeros there, and I put 1 there. I lost a 0. So, as I said, if your answers are suddenly ridiculous, check your zeros. You either added or lost 1. So 0, 5 to the 240. 0.005. 0.005. 0.005. Now let's try that again. 1.005 to the 240th. Oh, 3. Yeah. Okay. So when you do this power thing, practicing here, if it's, I don't think I've seen anything more than 10, maybe 12. Definitely not 121,000. So pay attention to that. 3.3102 minus 1. Oh, put some dots. So I'm just going to carry it on my calculator. 0.005. So minus 1. S is equal to 200 times 2.30. Oops, 3102 dot 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 0.005. All right, so now I can go times 200 and divide by 0.005. Don't lose the zeros. And suddenly my answer makes sense again. S is equal to 92,408.18. And there we go. Oh, what was the total investment over the term? We already did that. Okay. That's just saying how many times, how much money did you deposit and how much was the interest? Well, you would go 92,408.18 and subtract 48,000. And that's where you get. I'm not even going to trust myself today. 92,408.18 minus 48.3. 4,408. I know it was right there, but you know what? I want to make sure that I didn't make any more mistakes. And I also just realized you couldn't see that last part. So, ta-da, there we go. Sorry about the little confusion, but see what I mean. It doesn't take much. You got to be fussy. If that happens, and I got something like crazy answer of like 12 million, and I could not figure it out. Okay, and you know, so I figured out I had to turn the video off just to calm down and not be stressed, looking like a fool. At least put a note, say, I don't know what's wrong, but I know this isn't right because it's too big or something like that. Okay, I will give give you credit for stuff like that. End of the video.